What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 4, Episode 39 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is the man who bequeathed upon me a brand new PC out of the kindness of his heart. Jmack Gaming.
What the hell? What do you mean I queefed a PC?
Bequeathed.
I be a queef? What do you mean?
That's how you say it, right?
No, I gave you one.
Yeah, you bequeathed upon me.
Why are you saying queef?
That's the word, bequeathed.
What do you mean?
Bequeathed.
Dude, Chad, you gotta get it in your head. Brother, you're fucked up.
That's the word.
This is a kids show, Chad. You fucking weirdo.
All right, I know I'm right. That's a word.
You're never right. Oh, let's just get into this before you make another sexual dirty joke.
Yeah, let's just jump right in.
Oh, crowbar, more like.
Oh, how was that? How was that intro? By the way, was it better? You said the other one was too loud.
Yeah, the last one you screamed in.
Yeah, this one was good though.
Yeah, we also didn't keep that take, so no one would have ever known.
Put myself on blast. I forgot I was too loud the first time.
Yeah, you were moaning and groaning. It was kind of weird.
It was weird.
I liked it though.
Yeah, it was after you bequeathed upon me.
Just beat me to it.
All right, Justin, what's happening here?
We're doing, you know what it is, Chad. We're here in San Antonio here in the San Antonio Arena, and we have the Women's Invitational pre-show extravaganza, as always. Who's texting me at this kind of night? Look, it's Lita. She won. She beats Cutie Suzuki in 10-13 with a submission. So she has now moved on to 6 points, and I think guarantees a spot in the finals.
Wow.
Tori Wilson can do the same right here with a Jackie Gaeta loss and a Tori Wilson win.
Yeah, but no one's beaten my girl Jackie Gaeta.
Yeah, you're right, Chad. Except for a couple people. But Tori Wilson will get it done here. She defeats Akira Hokuto in 10-10 with the nose job. Tori Wilson, I think at this point, will be a finalist. She's now at 6 points. Not good for Chad's pick.
Wilson. She's come so far from her WCW days.
And if anyone wanted to know, all of these are random. I have no road agent notes on any of these matches. It's just letting it play out. Yeah, it's fun. And it's fun and spunky when you do it randomly, Chad.
It's fun. That's
not
fun.
When you book it 1 year randomly.
I'll scrap my plans. The $1 Million Championship tournament.
Oh, I was talking about Tough Enough.
I know.
Move on. Shut up, Michael. Mickie James defeats Yuki Miyazaki in 950 with a Laurie DT. Mickie James, another win for her, Chad. Good for her.
Nice. Mickie James climbing up the ranks.
Good for her. Miko Satomura and Jackie Gaeta. Jackie Gaeta gets the job done. I think keeping herself alive here in this Women's Invitational. She's still 1 point behind Lita and Tori Wilson.
Jackie Gaeta.
And our final match of the night, the best one, Chigusa Nagayo taking on Kyoko. And again, Kyoko just can't get it done. Has not won a match here in the Women's Invitational.
She should just retire.
That's not. She did better than all of your women, so shut the fuck up.
But I'm just saying.
You should retire, Chad. You haven't won a week of this episode yet, of this series. Let's go to the booking screen real quick, just to look at the tournament recap right now. So this is the points right now going into week 8. I think really at this point it's going to be Lita, Tori, or Jackie Gaeta. Chad, who do you got? I mean, it could still technically be Chigusa as well.
Jackie Gaeta all day, baby.
Well, she's got to pray that Lita or Tori Wilson lose. Lita and Tori both take on Mickie James in the next couple of weeks.
And Mickie James is Mickie James is playing spoiler right now.
Maybe. Well, Jackie Gaeta also takes on Cutie Suzuki. Could that play spoiler?
She could, yeah. Mickie James and Cutie Suzuki. And here's the thing, right? If you play spoiler, you only have to play spoiler and then maybe win one more, and then you're right there. So it's still anyone's game, really.
No, there's only 4 people technically alive points wise, but I see what you're saying here, Jen.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the show though, Chad. Let's start the show with the McMahon Black Dynasty. It's Vince, Stephanie, Shane, and PJ Black coming out to booze. You already know here in the San Antonio. Vince McMahon, he's got the mic. They all got mics, you know, Chad, and he laughs at the people. He laughs at the WWE universe, and he says, "What happened to your hero, Kurt Angle? He got escorted out of the arena. I got rid of him. What the fuck am I trying to say, Chad?
I eradicated him.
Yeah, there it is. Eradicated the poison of Kurt Angle." And Shane's like, "Look, San Antonio, I know you guys may look as dumb as the people in Oakland, California last week, but I know you're not stupid like them, and you won't boo my family and call my sister a boo." Everyone's booing. Stephanie's like, "Don't talk to him." They're just rehashing the gimmick as last week. They're just shitting on the big dumb idiots here in San Antonio. And Vince McMahon says, or no, not Vince, PJ Black, Chad. He says, "Vince, we may have gotten rid of him, but he still came out and attacked me last week. And I'm not going to stand for that." And Vince is like, "You're right, son-in-law, my baby boy, PJ Black. The greatest son I wish I could always have. Maybe I should do something about it. Kurt Angle, you're hereby at this moment suspended from the WWE." Ooh, Kurt Angle suspended, Chad.
Damn.
And he says, tonight, live in this ring, I will hand give the World Heavyweight Championship to PJ Black. Tonight, Chad. I'm sure nothing wrong would go with that, Chad.
Yeah. What could possibly go? What problems could spring awry here?
All right, we go to our opening match, Chad. Can you guess one of the opening match participants? I'll give you $1 for everyone you get right.
I'm gonna say.
You just eat your microphone?
Oh, sorry. I'll put it towards my face. I'm gonna say Mystico.
Okay. Well, Chad, not only guessing wrong, but guess the wrong brand.
Oh yeah, the SmackDown.
All right, we got.
I'll say Val Venus.
Sean Morley. No, we have
Sean Morley. Sorry,
we have a tag team match here. Are you moving your microphone around?
It's coming on. I'm just tightening it back up.
Okay, it was bothering the fuck out of me. I could hear it.
Sorry. I think it's fine now.
I hope so. I'll let you know if I can keep hearing the rumbling. It's Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Jacobs, the kings of the mountain, Chad, taking on local talent El Zero and Tarzan Boy.
Tarzan Boy? Is that Jungle Boy's dad?
No, it's Tarzan Boy.
Oh, nice.
Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Jacobs get the job done, though, when they beat the local jobbers. Frankie Kazarian pinning El Zero with the wave of the future.
Do they have a little more pep in their steps since Jeff Jarrett is the number one contender?
They come out with technically they're not part of Double J Records, remember?
True, yes, correct.
They got a lot of they have a little bit of frustration behind their punches now, They hit a little bit harder.
They're a little more grunge lately.
Mm-hmm. They get the job done. Tarzan Boy, best in-ring performance out of anyone, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Good for Tarzan Boy.
Give that man a job.
Where are you going with this?
No,
he's gonna manage. He's gonna manage who?
Tarzan Boy. He can wrestle.
That's what you just said. You said Tarzan Boy's gonna manage.
I said. Well, no. He's gonna manage his opponents in the ring when he wrestles.
Yes. All right. Our next segment is titled "Triple H is here. Nothing bad happened to him. Not at all."
Yeah. Thank God nothing bad happened to Triple H.
Driving to the ring dangerously. Randy Orton taking on Kaiji Muto here, and an absolute banger for some reason. Randy Orton defeats Kaiji Muto in 16:41 with an RKO. Chad.
Yeah, 95. Holy shit.
Good
for Randy.
These boys can go. Good for Randy. You know, Randy's had a good. He beat Brock.
And good for Kaiji Muto. I mean,
this is the worst Kaiji has looked in the last year. He's significantly gone down in the last couple months.
He's old now.
He is getting old.
He was old then too, but
we move on. We got, oh yeah, brother. Vince calls in PJ Black or Mark Henry Psychosis, the new MHP security now, Chad. The little security guard for the crew. And they said, go watch the arena tonight, all right? No one gets through the title coronation for tonight. If anyone does, I'm going to personally fire your ass. We move on. We have creepy little Crowbar in the corner. Yeah, Crowbar is just like sweating profusely in the corner, cutting a little promo saying, they've done it now. Oh, they're going to find out. Oh, they really fucked up now. And that's it.
Love that.
We move on. Our next match of the night, Chad, can you guess our participant for $1?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, that's not. You couldn't even throw out a name. This is how much you care about my show. You can't even guess.
I just freeze on the spot. I always forget the people's names.
Well, we have Justice Payne taking on Jibble.
Oh, Jibble.
Jibble defeating Justice Payne in 8:20 when he hits a power bomb and Justice Payne and gets the win. Got a 62 here, Chad. JBL using a lot more power in his power bomb as he bought it on Amazon Prime.
It's extra powerful.
We go backstage. Kevin Kelly is with Chris Jericho, and he asks, hey, Chris Jericho, you know, with it being... I forgot to announce something in the opening promo.
And by the way...
No, you know what? It actually doesn't make sense to be even announced now. You're right. He's asking about his future and what's next now. Now that, you know, is he going to go after PJ Black for the World Heavyweight Championship? Maybe he goes after Triple H. Maybe just, you know, puts on good matches. And Chris Jericho says, you know, I came here for one big thing. I came here from WCW to the WWE for one thing and one thing only. It's that World Heavyweight Championship. And I've come so close, and I've smelled the grass on the other side, but I just can't get it. And you know who comes in and interrupts him, Chad? He goes, of course you haven't smelled and touched the gold, Chris Jericho. You're just not cut for it. Just like you weren't in WCW when you couldn't beat the fellow Hart member, Bret Hart. You can't get it done then. You can't get it done now. And Chris Jericho doesn't take that lightly, right? He had some wars with Bret Hart in WCW, right? Maybe.
No, he did. Oh, absolutely.
And he slaps Teddy Hart. I will beat your ass like I beat your Uncle Brett's ass. All right? Tonight, meet me in the ring, Teddy Hart, and I'll give you full taste of the same beatdown Bret got. Ooh, Teddy Hart, Chris Jericho tonight, Chad.
This match is gonna absolutely bang. By the way, like this could. I mean this in the most sincerity. This could get 100. I think.
Yeah, and that's crazy because Teddy Hart is not an. He's not an important figure.
Teddy Hart pulls out matches like that, though.
Yeah, it's good to have some of those guys.
And Jericho's the same way.
Well, Jericho's a main event superstar, and Teddy Hart is a piece of shit. We move on. Backstage in the WWE training locker room, Dean Malenko and an injured Bryan Danielson are trying to teach Nick Gage how to chain wrestle. But every time they try to put him in, put him in this arm bar, Nick Gage pulls out a knife and tries to stab him. And they're trying to tame a wild beast here, Chad.
Oh, no.
A wild animal. We cut to commercial. We come back to commercial with a on-set location view of the downtown San Antonio Riverwalk, where where China and Fig are on a dinner date. They're at the local barbecue restaurant and they're having dinner, and it says, and Fig pulls out the chair and says, "Oh, after you." They're on a date now, Chad. Fig's the gentleman, but 3 tables across the restaurant, hiding behind a big, overblown, oversized menu that he brought in himself. Chad Collier's peeping on him like a big older brother.
Damn right.
And then, after Fig and China pay their bill, Chad tries to go attack them. And China powerbombs Chad through a table here, Chad, at the restaurant.
Kick her. Someone call the police.
We move on, though, as Chad, Fig signs the bill on Chad's chest. Are you happy with that, Chad?
No, that's funny. I like that.
Are you happy with that?
No, that son of a bitch. How dare he disrespect the rat like that?
We move on. Our next match of the night, Triple H takes on Ace Steel. And Triple H gets the job done, defeating Ace Steel in 15:04 with an Ace Crusher. First time match here, Chad. They've never fought in singles action.
Thank God they were able to fight today.
Thank God. Just announced on commercial break after Edge and Christian saved Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton last week from an attack from the Bashams. Edge will be teaming up with Dylan Martin to take on the Bashams in tag team action. That's later to come tonight, Chad.
Interesting.
That was after commercial. But before we go to commercial, we see Sean Morley watching that match on TV, and he points at that Intercontinental Championship, a title that he's loved and admired and gone for before, and he says, that right there, that's the main goal. Is Sean Morley going to go after the Intercontinental Championship once again, Chad?
Damn right he is.
All right, we move on to that tag match that I just told you about after commercial. It's Edge and Dylan Martin taking on the Bashams here. And Edge and Dylan Martin get the job done, Chad, when Edge pins Dag Basham with a leaping DDT.
Hell yeah. Fuck you, Basham brothers.
Wow. After the match, Edge and Christian, they shake hands with Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. Nice.
Oh, they're all friends.
They're all friends now, Chad. We go to Jim Ross, Coachman, and Michael Cole in the announce table, and they hype up this main event match here, Chad. It's Teddy Hart and Chris Jericho to end Monday Night Raw.
Oh, the main event spot, baby.
Yeah, they come down to the ring. Who do you got, Chad?
Oh, man. I'm going to go with Jericho.
Yeah, they have a banger of a match, but Teddy Hart can't get it done as Chris Jericho defeats Teddy Hart in 16:01. With an Alliance Saw. Only in 94. Teddy Hart isn't as great in ring yet. He only got a 71. He seemed off his game, was inconsistent. But Jericho got a 97.
Fair enough.
Chris Jericho could be a main event superstar in WCW. You should sign him.
maybe someday he'll grace us with his presence.
And we move on to the main event segment here, Chad, where Vince McMahon, Stephanie, and Shane, they come down to the ring with PJ Black, and they're going to give the World Heavyweight Championship, a belt that's technically been vacant for, a couple months? Well, no, 2 weeks. But there hasn't, that was the interim championship. So when Alex Wright left for TV land, it's been like 3 months now, 2 months now. I haven't had a technical world champion in so long here, Chad.
Been a long, long time.
And Vince is just really like, look, PJ, you weren't my daughter's first choice. Hell, you weren't even my daughter's second choice. Hell, you weren't even my first choice. And Shane, I don't even think he likes you because I like you more than I like him. But you're a damn good wrestler. And there's no one more deserving to hold this World Heavyweight Championship. Why is he Southern? To hold this WWE World Championship than you. So, PJ, I hereby make you the WWE World Heavyweight. And then Kurt Angle's music hits, Jen. And the crowd erupts, and they're like, what the hell? No. And we cut to Kurt Angle in the locker room, or in the parking lot. Mark Henry and Psychosis are laid out. And once you see what's going on, the fans gasp, and Vince McMahon looks scared shitless, Chad. And you want to know why?
Why is that, Justin?
Because Kurt Angle is holding Linda McMahon hostage.
Oh, no. I was not expecting that.
And he says, Vince, you see this? You see what I got right here? You see what I got your wife? And he kisses her on the cheek. Oh, you like that? You see this, Vince? I got what you want, and you have what I want. So next week, unless you want to see your wife dead, you're going to give me what I want, and that's a match with PJ Black for that title that I deserve. And Vince McMahon has no other option but accepting it. Kurt Angle, PJ Black, Monday Night Raw, WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line to end Monday Night Raw.
What?
95.
What?
Shout out Linda making her debut to the save.
A rush.
Look, I'm trying to spice it up, you know?
I like it.
We used to do wild shit back in the day. Ric Flair lit Chavo Guerrero on fire back in the day for you, you know?
He did.
I had Eddie pee in a bottle and give it to Stone Cold. He said, what's this new beer? What? One piss. What? Two piss. What? I think that's the day when he got into the
big moments happened to Eddie.
I think that's the day where Eddie or Stone Cold went to the drug smuggling business.
Definitely was.
All right, we'll see for Nitro, where Chad A has to beat a 95 and B has to beat Kurt Angle kidnapping and threatening to murder Linda McMahon.
Man, here we are with some Monday Nitro, Justin. We are hot off the heels of Monday Night Raw, and we will see what Nitro has in store.
I bet either Chris Benoit or Shawn Michaels will main event. I will say that every week.
We'll have to see.
Every week. I think I'm pretty comfortable with saying one of them will. I got a hunch, you know? Got a hunch.
I could see how you would think that.
Well, because if you go to this, Benoit. If you go to that, Shawn. If you go to that, Benoit. If you go to that, none. There you go. But it was also an awful Nitro, so you probably learned from it. Before that, Punk and Bubba. But Benoit was right before, co-main. Benoit, Shawn and Benoit. Brett, Big Show, RVD, so different, but the majority of the time it's either Shawn or Benoit wrestling in the main.
Fair enough.
It's just your bread and butter, you know? You try to, it's...
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, I guess so, but like, you're running out of options here for matchup types. Let's get into it, Chad.
Yes, let's get into it. We have a pre-show bout and a terrible pre-show match. Daphne defeated Luna Vachon in 10:05 with a pinfall.
Ooh, why do these two lovely young ladies wrestle tonight, Chad?
Oh, they're just trying to continue the climb up the ranks of our women's division, you know?
Daphne, she won chasing Tatum, but never got anything out of it. What is it? What's up with that?
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like Chase Tatum just like completely ghosted her.
Well, we should kill him.
Oh. And speaking of women, we got Beth Phoenix and Medusa Bacella taking on Mariko Yoshida and Takako Ino, and in a pre-show bout with Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Beth Phoenix and Medusa defeat Mariko, and Takako win. Medusa pinned Mariko Yoshida with a German suplex.
Not happy with you running your women's in the pre-show like I just did.
I need to get more exposure to him on my card.
They don't get any exposure on the pre-show.
That's fair. But, oh well, we're already here. And we start the show off.
Oh, let me guess. Is this? Oh, do I got a Shawn Michaels main event here? Do I, Chad?
We start the show off. We got Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, and they're talking, and and Tony Schiavone was supposed to be here too. I don't know why he's not, but regardless, basically, Shawn Michaels basically thanks Bret for the assist. He's like, Bret, I was wrong about you. Maybe you are a good guy. Either that, or you're just so socially inept that you didn't see Benoit go for that pin. But listen, it's okay, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because even if you wouldn't have seen it, I still would have gotten this championship one way or another. And, Bret tells Shawn, listen, I'm sick of you, and I'm sick of Chris, and I'm sick of all these people saying that I had some kind of underhanded tactic and I screwed Chris Benoit, or that I wasn't paying attention, or that I'm a bad referee. I'm Bret Hart, damn it. I'm the best at everything. All right? Now, and if Chris Benoit has something he would like to say to me, instead of throwing a temper tantrum and pouting, how about he comes down in this ring and talks to me face to face? And then Shawn Michaels, he says, Benoit's not going to come out here, Bret. All right, how about this? How about this? You're talking to me right now. How about this, okay? How about I send a message to both you and Chris? You see, I defended the belt against Chris Benoit last week, and I beat him. All right? And now if I beat you, you can both go far, far away and out of Shawn Michaels' life. So tonight, you versus me. Let's have a WrestleMania rematch. And Bret says, you know what, Shawn? I'm never going to turn down a main event at WCW Nitro, and I'm never going to turn down an opportunity to beat you up. But how about you make it more interesting and you put the belt on the line? And Shawn Michaels says, Bret, if I was worried about losing my belt against you, I would be foolish, because I've already beaten you. So you're on. And we get Bret versus Shawn Michaels, the rematch for the world title tonight, Justin.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be fun. I guess I booked this twice, because that's the Tony Schiavone doing the talk show.
I understand that you're trying to rig and trying to beat me in ratings, but Chad, come on, this is beneath you.
I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident.
This is disgusting. Underhanded tactics here, Chad.
That was an accident. Tony Schiavone runs back out. Hey, sorry, I'm late. I'm here. We've got our first match of the $1 million tournament, Justin. Remember, Ted DiBiase is having a tournament, and our first matchup, Perry Saturn taking on Roadkill. Now, Perry Saturn, he was feeling super encouraged to win this match, because it's been reported backstage he's been trying to find Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and they're just not returning his phone calls. It's as if they've completely ghosted Perry Saturn. After CM Punk left, I guess you could say the society is officially broken up, and now Perry Saturn is once again on his own and trying to win this tournament and maybe get some momentum back in his career as a singles star once again. And he goes one-on-one against Roadkill, and in a decent match, Perry Saturn defeats Roadkill at 11:35 with a flying elbow drop.
Should have never left the Fed, Perry Saturn, two guys right here, Chad. Two Fed guys that really came into their own in the WWE and left and are here.
And now they're here. Back where it all began.
Both are basic and not basic, but huge drug addicts too.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. We have here Big Daddy V's in the ring with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman, he says, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and standing next to me is the most dangerous wrestler in WCW, Big Daddy V. And of course, you all know V stands for violence. Now, who wants to be the unfortunate sap to come down here and try to pick a fight with Big Daddy V and make a name for himself? Come on out. Step right up if you're brave. As Big Daddy V has one-on-one action coming up next, Justin.
One thing that I just realized, or not realized, I realized it last segment, but forgot to bring it up. You spelled millionaire wrong.
Oh.
So just a heads up moving forward.
That's just WCW's fun way of spelling it.
Yeah, so fun.
So fun.
Big Daddy V taking on. Oh god, damn it! What the fuck?
Disco Inferno in an extremely short match. Big Daddy V defeats Disco Inferno in 2:58 with a big splash.
Wow. Yeah, Disco. That's cool.
It's something.
It's really selling this episode of Nitro tonight, Chad.
Big Daddy V squashes Disco Inferno. He just lays him out. And the Big Show comes down to the ring and he says, now, as everyone was advertised and promised, it was supposed to be me versus Rob Van Dam this week. However, Rob Van Dam got injured, and he air quotes injured. He says, and he's not going to be here tonight. Now, what I think happened is I think he realized how he disrespected the largest, greatest athlete in the entire world, and I think he decided to call in sick. However, I always give you fans the opportunity to see your favorite athlete, The Big Show, live every single week, and tonight is no exception. So, I had so much fun helping out with Tough Enough last week that I decided, I'm going to give one of these Tough Enough rookies the opportunity of a lifetime, because I'm having an open challenge to any Tough Enough rookie who wants to get in the ring and challenge me one-on-one right now.
Can I make a guess?
Yeah, make a guess.
Well, my guess is probably going to be Matt Sydal, but I'm hoping it's Giant Singh.
Okay.
Ooh.
And in a decent match, the Big Show defeats Giant Singh in 6:24 with a choke slam, but the Giant Singh, he lasted 6 minutes and 24 seconds with the Big Show. He held
That's
his
not
own.
saying
He
much.
had at one point, the Big Show, he was going for a choke slam, and the Great Khali had his hands and went for that chop to the head and stunned him for a second. He almost got a 3 count on that. But Big Show was able to get his wherewithal.
Sorry.
And even though Giant Singh, he put up a fight, Big Show was, of course, victorious with a choke slam.
I would love to look at something right now, but I don't want to go into anything. I want to know Big Show's win-loss in WCW. Do you mind if we look? Do you want to? We can look. Let's look real quick.
Yeah, we can go.
Let's
We
look.
can look real
Just
quick.
no one look. No one look. No one look. Don't look at Chris Candido's new name. Company. It's just he's 7 and 10.
And 10, not bad.
Who's his big loss? Devon? I mean, he's only wrestled 6 guys. So
Right.
it's fucking Benoit, Shane Douglas, I guess. Benoit, Devon, Benoit, Taz, Joe, Sean, RVD, Joe, Benoit, Joe, Hart, RVD, Joe, RVD, Benoit. He hasn't had a lot of variety.
Well, he just got done wrestling Giant Singh.
I like it. That's something new. Chad. Let's get back into the show. We got Dave Bautista, and speaking of Joe,
my
God,
our first round of the $1 million tournament, and about that had good wrestling. Justin, Dave Bautista of the Wild Boys. This has to be the upset of the tournament so far, because Dave Bautista, it was a hard hitting match. Samoa Joe, he went in there and he almost had Batista a couple times with some submission holds. Batista was able to continue to power out. A rare moment where someone was able to outpower Samoa Joe. And at one point, Samoa Joe, he decided, you know what? I'm going to rely on my surprising athleticism and speed. And so he goes to the top rope and goes for a top rope maneuver. But Batista catches him midair and slams him down for a sit-out power bomb. Gets the 1, 2, 3. And Dave Bautista, representing the Wild Boys, advances to the next round of the $1 million tournament.
yeah, Samoa Joe that's not a good look for Samoa Joe here. Not a great look.
I mean, listen, Batista, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
The Wild Boys have
So is Roadkill.
Tag team gold.
Yeah, they have. Okay. From Samoa, I mean, hey. Okay.
We have Trish Stratus, and Trish Stratus, she is she's at a children's award show. Maybe let's call it the Kids Choice Awards. She's at the Kids Choice Awards. And she's about to accept the Women's Role Model of the Year award. And as she's giving her acceptance speech, Manami Toyota attacks her during her speech and hits and beats her up with the orange like Kids Choice Awards blimps they give you. Just starts beating her up with it. To a bunch of kids crying.
Wow, this has gone off the hinges tonight, hasn't it, Chad?
It's gone off the hinges, Justin.
What the? Now she's in the ring?
And that was that was the recap the night before. Now we're here. Manami Toyota is in the ring, and she's taking on Kara Slice. And in an extremely short match, Manami Toyota defeats Kara Slice in 4:53 with an Ocean Queen Bee bomb.
Okay, yeah. All right. I like it, I guess. No, I kind of don't. I mean, I have to like it.
You don't have to like it.
Yeah, you're right. Kara Slice sucks.
Chase Tatum is on the phone, and he's talking to somebody, and we don't know who. And then meanwhile, the lights turn off, and Chase Tatum is like, "Hello, hello, hello," and he goes, "Hello, Chase," and Chase is like looking around, and then and you hear, "You see, one of the things that makes the Wild Boys so dangerous is your numbers games. And the only way to even the odds is to eliminate some of these numbers." And then Chase Tatum says, "Are you still on the phone?" And then the lights turn back on, and you can see Abyss and Mil Muertes, and they just pummeled down Chase Tatum.
What the hell? Yeah, no one was great. This is a bad... Hulk Hogan helped Chase Tatum.
Nice. Good for Hulk. Who's behind the scenes cheering him on. And our main event. Hopefully the 99 can save it.
What a waste of a Nitro match. Or pay-per-view match, sorry.
So basically, Shawn Michaels, Justin, he was going to go for his patented Sweet Chin music to end the match. It was a hard-fought match. Bret Hart moves out of the way, and he super kicks the referee. And so the referee, he falls down to the ground, and who's going to be there to call the pin? And then all of a sudden, Chris Benoit's music hits, and he picks up a referee shirt, and he puts it on, and he gets in the ring, and he is the referee. And the wrestling match continues back and forth, but Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels, they're chirping at each other the entire time. They're going back and forth, and eventually, Bret Hart and Chris Benoit, they go face to face, nose to nose, and Benoit pushes Bret Hart out of the way, and as that's happening, Bret Hart turns back around, eats another Sweet Chin music, and Shawn Michaels retains his championship. And then after the match, there's this, there's Bret Hart and Benoit. They're screaming at each other. Shawn Michaels, he's like celebrating, and Billy Kidman comes out and he says, "If there's one thing that I've learned in the last few weeks, it's that you three men clearly don't like each other, and you clearly have some issues that you need to work out. And so here's the thing, okay? At Fall Brawl, I'm going to let all three of you get the opportunity to work out some of this aggression, because you three are going to compete in a triple threat match for the world title."
Two things. Fall Brawl is a Thunder pay-per-view?
All right, not Fall Brawl, sorry. Okay, so it wouldn't be the pay-per-view. It'll be in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
You just couldn't long-term storytell into the pay-per-view, could you?
I mean, I probably could.
There's always... you already announced it for the 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Can't long-term build it to Halloween Havoc. Let's finish the show. I need 4. What can I say? I don't need Sean Brett to beat you. I just need Teddy Hart.
Hey, I'll take the 94.
Hey, Teddy Hart outdrawing Bret Hart. It looks like tonight. He's the better Hart.
Fair enough.
Yep, you just gotta come to accept that I have the best heart, Chad.
But I've got all the heart.
Yeah, but you still have no first place trophies either.
That's not true. I have one, I think.
Where?
From the very beginning of the game.
Oh, where the game counted our first month and that was it?
Yeah, I have that one.
If you want to ride on that, like, the Lions have won one playoff game ever, that's what you want to ride on?
Line. Leave it alone.
I like how it didn't pick any of that up.
Yeah, you didn't need to do the lines into this. You leave it alone.
Fuck the Cody Rhodes.
Here we are, everybody. We are back with another SmackDown. We are rolling towards the end of the week, but we still have some bangers left in the tank, Justin.
Yes, we do, Chad. We're here for Friday Night SmackDown. The best thing you could do on a Friday night. Who needs to go out and have a good time when you can get smacked down?
Right? Yeah, you could get trashed with some brewskis and watch some wrestling.
Yes, because we got a big one in store for us. We always have a big one in store for us. We're here live in Yonkers, New York. Chad, what's your favorite fact about Yonkers?
Tommy Dreamer's from Yonkers.
There we go. Thank you, Chad. That was where I was going with that. Let's start the show. Let's start the show here, Chad. We start off with Rhino and the Barbarian. We saw Rhino defeat Meng last week. And this week, we see Rhino defeat the Barbarian. 806, the Gore. How do you feel about this, Chad?
I mean, listen. Both members of the Fists of Fear have taken an L to Rhino, you know?
What does that make Rhino?
The new face of fear.
You're on top of your game today, Chad.
I have to. I got a good night's sleep.
We move on. Paul London and Brian Kendrick make their SmackDown debut, and they take on Jack Evans and Jimmy Rave. And London and Kendrick get the job done when they defeat Evans and Rave. And London hits the London Calling on Jimmy Rave in 6:51. A good little match here, Chad.
Yeah, a good little tag team. Get London and Kendrick a win. The new tag team on SmackDown.
Yeah, we brought Kendrick and London up, and when I did that, Kendrick was already hurt. So London spent a few, maybe like a month on Raw trying to find a tag partner. Couldn't do it, and got hurt himself, actually. And then now they're both back here on SmackDown.
And hopefully they can stay healthy.
We move on. An 80. Holy moly, what are we doing here? C.W. Anderson defeating Brian Lee here in 8:30, Chad.
Nice.
Is
Good for C.W. Anderson.
Is he a future world champion?
I don't know about that, but...
what do you mean?
I mean, he got an 85, so maybe.
Why wouldn't he be?
I mean... I guess he could be.
Why? What makes him not a future world champion in your eyes, Chad?
I don't know. He's kind of boring.
He's kind of boring? Yeah, that is fair. He is an Anderson. He's got no...
Yeah, you know. No charisma, no riz.
Okay, oh, never mind. All right. We also, on the pre-show, see Too Cold Scorpio defeating Volador Jr. in 54, sorry, not 24, with a tumbleweed, Chad.
Hell yeah, a nice little pre-show match.
Nice little pre-show match.
Good for Too Cold Scorpio.
But after the match, Too Cold Scorpio, something snaps in him, Chad. Something clicks in his head, and he continues to beat down Volador Jr. And out there to come save Volador Jr. is Kid Cash. Kid Cash comes out to save Volador Jr. But then he turns his back on Volador Jr. and beats him down too with Too Cold Scorpio. The Funk Boys are back.
The Funk Boys.
We haven't seen the Funk Boys since 1998. And now...
How about that?
How about that? Kid Cash Me Outside. How about that? And Too Cold... What was it? Too Cold Funky?
Too Cold Funky. Yeah, something like that.
Too Cold. Was that his name?
I think so.
That sounded bad. That's awful. That's a bad name. Scotty Too Funky was sick though. He's here too.
Yeah, the whole gang's back together.
The whole gang is back together. I gotta take a picture of this card real quick, so don't look for a second. All right, let's start the show. And our end of our pre-show, Chad's favorite gimmick. Taker gets on
his bike.
And he returns to action next week, Chad. He suffered a big loss at SummerSlam, but now he's back next week, live on Friday Night SmackDown.
Hell yeah, good for Undertaker.
That's not even our fucking final pre-show gimmick here, Chad. We have a lot of pre-show tonight.
Oh.
What's it? Oh man, did I put this on the pre-show? I may have. I don't remember. Oh, it is pre-show. Double J Records, hot off their big win last week, where Jeff Jarrett became the #1 contender. We saw they went to the studio last week, but didn't finish their song. This week they do. They're not here tonight. They are finishing their song entitled "Title Bound."
Title Bound.
Yeah.
Okay, how's it go, Justin? Sing us a couple verses.
And now we are title bound, title bound, title bound. Hell yeah, Jeff. Title bound, title bound, title bound. Fuck Wasawa.
Nice, it's catchy.
That's what they are, Chad. Catchy. We start off Friday Night SmackDown with our camera crews rushing. The show was supposed to start with a big shot of the big fireworks here in Yonkers, and then like a pan to Jim Ross and Michael Cole. No, because we get hot news that Goldberg is running rampant through the backstage, and they catch up to him attacking Eric Bischoff in his office, Chad.
Not Eric Bischoff.
None of that caught. None of that came through.
I said, "Oh no, not Eric Bischoff."
Eric,
not Uncle Eric.
It's like very weirdly, what gets picked up from you is like after the first 2 seconds of what you're saying, it pops in.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I don't know. Discord calls. Fuck you.
Yeah, I guess so. I moved the mic a little closer, and it seems to be helping though.
I don't know if that's the issue, but. Could be just the call quality. I don't fucking. Who cares? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, Chad?
Yeah. Who knows?
We move on. Yeah, Goldberg choking out Eric Bischoff. Chad, I would assume he's a little upset.
I think he has to be, right? I mean, he's not #1 contender. He lost to Jeff Jarrett.
Lost to Jeff Jarrett. Even if he wasn't the #1 contender, losing to Jeff Jarrett in Goldberg's eyes, not okay. Not okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not something that he's happy about.
All right, we move on to our opening match after last week. Them complaining on the pre-show. They get a match on the card tonight, Joe.
Hell yeah! What's the match?
Stevie Richards and Chris Hero. They're tagging the night to take on the Departed. Chad, can you tell me who is in the Departed?
Kane, Silence, and Gangrel.
And?
I don't know. I thought that was only 3.
Well, it's 4. Actually, technically 5.
Oh. I don't know who the other
Kane's
ones
not
are.
in it anymore. So
Kane's not in it anymore? Oh.
Silence is not in my company anymore.
Oh yeah, Silence is on my company.
Yeah.
Gangrel's in it.
Gangrel's in it. Don Callis is the leader. And Gangrel's tag team partner, Gene Snitsky.
Oh yeah.
You remember, Kane and Snitsky had a run at the titles a couple times.
True, yes.
We have in this match, though, Chris Hero and Stevie Richards defeating the Departed in 11:22 when Stevie Richards hits Snitsky with the big old Stevie kick. Chris Hero got a 70, Richards 66. Good little tag match here, Chad, to open the show.
Yeah, good little team.
Getting everyone's new gimmicks under wraps. All right, we move on, Chad. We go backstage in Latin Lover. This little piece of fucking shit, Chad. Little shitbag. He's with Kevin Kelly, and he cuts a promo mocking Mystico and Chavo, saying neither one of them could get the job done. Just like anyone, Eddie couldn't get it done. Chavo, you're just making your whole family disappointed in you, Chavo. Like you haven't already done that enough. But just to hammer in that fact that the Guerrero family is, if they could, they'd take you out, Chavo. They'd get rid of your last name. You would just be Chavo. You are a disgrace to the Guerrero family. And Mystico, I want to talk shit about you, but you're a little child. You're still technically a child, and I don't know if I'll get in trouble for calling a 17-year-old a fuckhead. So I'm not going to. But Mystico, you couldn't get it done either. Chavo, you'll never get it done. No one in this locker room will get it done and beat Latin Lover for this United States Championship.
Damn. Well, I mean, probably right.
We move on. Amazing Red is in the ring, Chad.
Nice. Oh, or should I say, amazing.
He's waiting on that nice import. Remember, we got a new signing. Eric Bischoff teased last week. Shannon Moore's backstage watching. This guy is from AAA. He's a former AAA World Middleweight Champion. He's a former AAA World Heavyweight Champion, Chad. Coming out to the ring is none other than Super Callow. Oh, they don't click. Perfect. That's awesome.
Perfect. Hell of a debut.
What a great match for this guy. Awesome. Poor gimmick as well. Perfect. Super Callow, Chad.
No, that's awesome.
Former World Heavyweight Champion in AAA. Former man that lost on WCW Nitro back in September last year. He lost to Shocker.
Oh, no.
Back when you used that alliance to your advantage.
To make other people fight each other.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And then after the match, Chad, Shannon Moore comes out and blindsides Super Callow, and he welcomes Super Callow to the Cruiserweight division. What a piece of shit.
Blindsides him with a hearty welcome.
No, he's on Nitro. He's on Thunder.
Oh, gotcha. My bad.
Dummy. We get a match, Chad, right after this, after we go to commercial. It's going to be Nova and El Samurai. Nova, former, I might add. Last time we saw Nova in the ring, last week, he was TNA Tag Team Champion with BJ Whitmer. And then 5 days later, they lost the belts. So he is a former TNA Tag Team Champion. Nova taking on El Samurai. They have a good little match, and it's going 4 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Goldberg comes out and destroys both of these men. And I guess Nova got the win. I made this double DQ. I thought I did.
Oh.
I did. I forgot to make it double DQ. Nova got the win over El Samurai. Oh, no.
Good for Nova.
Good for Nova. This might be the Nova World Championship push right here.
You just call him Supernova.
That's their tag team name.
Oh.
Super BJ in Nova. What do you know about Super BJ?
Nah, not a lot.
Do you want to find out?
Maybe someday.
He's on the card next week. You'll find out.
Oh, nice. Can't wait.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a double DQ. Goldberg was just going to come out and just destroy everyone and just put the emphasis on how pissed off he is right now. And Eric Bischoff limps out to the ramp and threatens to fire Goldberg, Chad. He threatens.
I mean, you can't beat up the boss and think there's not a chat you can keep your job, right?
Yeah. He's threatening. He says, "You lay another hand on any of my contracted superstars, referees, announcers, anyone under the SmackDown name, you will be fired. Not only from SmackDown, but I'll make sure you get fired from the whole WWE."
Damn.
We go next. Booker T and Stevie Ray are in action up next, Chad. And if they win, they become #1 contenders for the tag team titles, Chad.
Hell yeah.
We saw them declare themselves the greatest tag team of all time last week. And now they get a chance to prove it because they're taking on a mighty opponent right here, Chad. A mighty opponent.
Oh, man. Is it Super BJ?
No. It's Elix Skipper and Caprice Coleman.
Oh, man. Top notch.
And they get the job done, defeating Skipper and Coleman in 9:25. Booker T hitting the Harlem Hangover. This is probably going to be Stevie Ray's last run. He's getting a 48.
Yeah, he's old.
He's not doing great right now. He's got a bad gimmick. It's just he's in shambles, Chad. Absolutely.
It's just time for him to retire.
No, I wouldn't say that, but yeah. All right, and then after Jim Cornette and the Final Bosses get to the top, they come out, Chad. They say, "Hey, Cornette, hey Booker T, Stevie Ray, I congratulate you I would. I really would. But then I realized what happens when you win. Now you got to go against my clients, Hashimoto and Kojima. And then I realized this could be literally the end of your career, Stevie Ray. Booker T, I got respect for you. So I'm going to respectfully say you should bow out right now. We've seen plenty of men step up and lose. They're the final bosses of professional wrestling, and you guys will be no different. Jeff Jarrett, I know you're somewhere writing little jingles and jams or whatever the fuck you want to do. But let me tell you this right now. You are not stepping in with a normal professional wrestler. You are stepping in with the final boss of professional wrestling. So count your prayers, eat your vitamins, say goodbye to your family, because when you step in that ring with Misawa at Bad Blood in 2 weeks, the only thing left in that ring will be some bad blood. And they leave.
Hell, bad blood, baby.
Bad blood. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's what Coachman's selling right after he sells Bad Blood. He says, live from Pittsburgh 2 weeks from now, it's Bad Blood. The main event, Misawa versus Jeff Jarrett. Can Jeff Jarrett get it done? Can he be the first one to ever pin Misawa here in the WWE? Or will Misawa keep that streak going? We'll find out live.
I think he keeps the streak going.
At Pittsburgh, Bad Blood in Pittsburgh. We move on, Chad. One of our final matches tonight. We still got a lot to go on. We see Chris Sabin come to the ring. He's happy. He's happy. He's happy-go-lucky. That's what I was trying to get to. He's taking on a focused, in the zone, John Cena. And John Cena gets the job done in 14:38 with a spin-out powerbomb. Both men. Pretty good chemistry here. 86-64.
You got an 87. That's not bad.
Got an 87. John Cena was in the zone the whole time, and he doesn't even get his hand raised when the ring announcer announces that he won. The referee tries to raise his hand. No, he's already gone. He leaves. He beelines back. He's in focus mode. I think that loss to Stevie Richards has really fucked with his mindset a little bit.
Oh, I definitely think so.
He's on the top of the world, The month prior, he was fighting Misawa, he was fighting Taker, and then he goes in, he gets called the Yankees of the WWE by Steven Richards and loses. So now what, We move on.
Now you just got to rack up some wins, try to get back in some momentum.
La Resistance, Chad. They're at McDonald's.
Ooh. Oh. That's where all French people like to hang out.
And they're like,
some French fries.
What is this? You beat me to the goddamn promo.
Oh, damn,
you.
Sorry.
We heard there are some French things here, but all there is these Bertuni's French fries. And they start a food fight. You ruined the whole promo.
They started a food fight.
They started a food fight in the McDonald's here, Jen.
Hell yeah.
Rob Conway DDTs a poor man through a table. Renee, those like things where when you grab someone and you use them as a battering ram to bust shit off a table. Renee does that to the front counter worker. He grabs him over the front counter and then uses him as a battering ram to knock over all the food on the front counter.
Hell yeah.
Sylvain Grenier is, just filling up cups of Coke and Pepsi and just throwing them on security. Ah, my eyes!
All the Coke.
Yeah, that's what happened, Chen. That's the McDonald's food fight.
Hell yeah, the McDonald's food fight.
This would never happen in French. We don't have McDonald's. We have Burger King. No?
I'm pretty sure they have at least one McDonald's in France.
You've never been there. This is 2002. They haven't built them yet.
Oh, good point. McDonald's isn't invented yet.
We got a co-main event, Chad. Latin Lover. He's in action tonight. We heard it earlier when he was mocking Chavo and Mystico. I forgot to say he's in action tonight. He's taking on La Parca. And Latin Lover defeats La Parca in 1805 with the La Casita. But after the match, Chad, you already know. Chavo says, look, I've sat there and I've thought, I've been pissed off since you beat me. I brought Eddie out. And I thought, this is it. I'm going to do it for Eddie. I'm going to do it for the Guerrero family. But then I lost. And now you have the nerve. I don't care if you attack me, but once you put my family's name, keep my family's name out your fucking mouth, Latin lover. This is not for me anymore. This is not for Eddie. This is for the whole Guerrero family, Latin lover. I challenge you one more time. Bad blood. Falls count anywhere. No rules. No holds barred. Anything goes. We'll have a real street fight, Latin lover. I'll see you there if you're not pussy enough. Latin lover Chavo Guerrero, Chad. He calls him out.
Nice. I mean, hell, that's gonna be a banger. That's match is gonna be good. It's gonna be hard hitting. It's gonna be violent. It's gonna be sexy. What?
Sexy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Latin lover.
All right, we go. Well, I'm an American lover, and I'm not sexy.
That's not true.
Oh. We go to our final match of the night. It's going to be two hard-hitting men, Chad. Two guys that like to beat the shit out of other people. It's Don Fry.
Hard men.
It's Don Fry and Cactus Jack in our main event, Chad.
It's a hell of a main event.
They go at it. They just have a fucking 20-minute brawl. They're just beating the shit out of each other. Don Fry hits a nice little fucking clothesline and then just starts punching him. Cactus Jack, actually, this is the finish. He hits a big old DDT. And he goes to pin Don Fry. He get 1, 2, he kicks out, and Don Fry, it's like Hulk Hogan when he would kick out at 1. Just he's revved up, brother. It just starts punching him. Don Fry, former UFC fighter, he's got some of the best hands in the biz. Starts just beating, punching. Shoot punching. No work punch. Shoot punching Cactus Jack right in the head. Boom. Boom. Cactus is now dazed and confused. He's in the corner. Cactus Jack is getting his ass pounded in right now because Don Fry will not. Something happened. Maybe Cactus Jack hit him with a stiff boot or hit him with a DDT and didn't protect his head or something because Don Fry is laying into him. Shoot punches and Cactus Jack is bleeding now. Don Fry's taking off his gloves and he's continuing to do it with like bare hands. The referee has to stop it, Chad, because Cactus Jack is laying in his own pool of blood here, Chad. And Don Fry technically wins because of stoppage, but this is not good. This is like when Brock bloodies Orton at SummerSlam and just continues to lay in him. This is not good for Cactus Jack here.
Just a bloodbath.
Just a bloodbath. The UFC shoot fighter shoots on Cactus Jack and bloodies him, and the medical team has to check on him and take him away. As that's the end of SmackDown. People are like genuinely worried about him in the crowd.
What was his hot catchphrase though?
We got a 94.
94, hell yeah.
Yeah, we got a 94 to end this show, Chad. How do you feel?
We'll take a 94. We'll take a 94.
No, I'll take a 94. It's not your show. You don't take anything.
The
only thing you take. That was you beat me again to that. Fuck you.
Hey, we are here, Justin. The last show of the week. We have some thunder for everyone today. Last week, The Rock won the Universal Champion, and AJ Styles challenged the Kidman Council to War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big show.
Yeah, I mean, we already basically got that match right there. We got a 4-on-4 match right there.
I mean, basically.
I don't remember Bobby Roode being part of this.
Yeah, he was there.
The initial one?
He's part of the new run.
Oh, I don't. Okay. All right. Oh, no pre-show, nothing. No pre-show, nothing.
No pre-show. We're just jumping right into it. Basically, the show starts off. AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, and Hoovy, they're in the ring, and Hoovy's got his ring belt. AJ's got a steel chair. AJ Styles, he's got a kendo stick, and they're basically talking about how at War Games, they've been through War Games before. Limitless has, when they had to defeat the Syndicate, and they go, we're good at taking down one power hungry fat little group. And at Fall Brawl, we'll do the exact same thing with the Kidman Council because we're not here to have a wrestling match. We're here to fight. And that's exactly what we're going to do in a few weeks. And Kidman comes out with Suzuki. And he says, well, first of all, let me just say, first and foremost, that we do accept the War Games challenge. Okay? Because the Kidman Council, we're not scared of any of you. I've got former Universal Champion Minoru Suzuki on my side. And if it wasn't for AJ Styles and his selfishness, Suzuki would still be the Universal Champion. But we're looking forward to getting our revenge at War Games. And I'm still in charge here. I can still book matches. So I booked a match tonight, a no disqualification main event. Let's see how well Limitless feels about Fall Brawl and War Games when Minoru Suzuki takes out the heart and soul of Limitless, Rey Mysterio, tonight in the main event.
Ooh, Suzuki. I mean, he just lost, but
Suzuki versus Rey in the main event. Meanwhile, we've got a tough enough four-way match. Kevin Steen versus Austin Aries versus Nick Dinsmore versus TJ Wilson. And in about that subpart of the crowd heat, Kevin Steen defeats Austin Aries, Nick Dinsmore, and TJ Wilson, which means Kevin Steen is immune from elimination at Fall Brawl, where they will be having their next elimination match.
Who got eliminated last week? No one?
Christian York. Christian York, I believe.
Let me look at something real quick. Don't look. I need to look at something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why is Austin Aries in this?
Because I goofed. That's why.
Eddie Colon should be in this.
TJ Wilson should be in it. Eddie Colon's his rookie.
So why Eddie Colon?
I messed up twice.
Eddie Colon won a match last week to eliminate Christian York.
It was supposed to be TJ Wilson, but yeah.
Christian York should have some grounds on coming back.
Possibly.
I know there's no possibly. He lost to a pro. You know I'm right on this.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't part of the plan. It was an accident. But yeah, he did lose to a pro.
And Daivari was an accident too, and I ran with it. If you book it, you run with it. That's the rules, Trent.
Austin Aries is there too.
Austin Aries is on the Nitro side, right?
Yeah, I was like I said.
I was like, that's why I was so confused. What the fuck's going on here, Chad? Let's continue.
Well, anyway, yeah, Kevin Steen, he's immune from eliminations at Fall Brawl, as said by Jeremy Borash, the host of Tough Enough.
There's some shenanigans going on in your Tough Enough. It's all out of shapes right now. Christian, I'm gonna be spearheading that hashtag. Bring Christian York back.
Fair enough. We will have to see what happens there.
No, it won't happen. But I think the fans will be behind me. He lost to Eddie Colon, who shouldn't even be in the match.
Fair. Meanwhile, we got Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido with his manager Dave Meltzer taking on Canyon. Sorry, excuse me.
When did that happen?
I did it off screen. He just debuted it today.
Oh.
So
sick.
And in a decent match, Mr. 5-Star Chris Candido defeats Canyon in 1440 with a blonde bombshell.
Canyon, man. Canyon with an 80 and
Candido
with a 59.
This was part of the Thunder Millionaire Bracket Tournament.
Oh, poor Canyon.
The Thunder side of the Millionaire Tournament.
Canyon, I'll rescue you. I'll come get you.
The Rock is here, and The Rock has his Universal Championship, and he says, finally, The Rock has won back gold. He says, and War Games at Fall Brawl, that match is all fine and dandy, but there's only one main event, and that's Rock. And everyone's asking, now that Minoru Suzuki and Kidman are a little preoccupied with War Games, what is The Rock going to do at Fall Brawl? Is The Rock going to sit at home and do nothing? No, The Rock will defend the Universal Championship, and since Kidman will not give the Universal Champion the attention it deserves, the caliber of opponent. If I'm not going to have my match booked, then The Rock is going to do some scouting. The Rock is going to challenge somebody tonight for the Universal Championship at Fall Brawl.
Oh, Fall Brawl.
Who is he going to challenge?
Why would he challenge anyone?
We'll have to see, because I just explained the promo, Justin. Were you not listening?
I was, but then I would just realize why Suzuki not getting his rematch. I understand why
he's at War Games.
I know, but
Yeah, maybe you'll get it at a later date, but he's at War Games. So
that's not how that works.
Could be. All right, and we got a tag team. I let the game pick this team's name, and they land on the Quick City Kingpins. So the Quick City Kingpins take on Kendo Kashin and Great Sasuke. And they won.
No, you gotta give me Sasuke back, brother.
Just another win to get this new tag team a little more established, you know?
Goddamn, getting a 77. I want you back, Sasuke. I don't need you back. You should be world champion.
I don't know about all that, but
He's
we have a vignette from Sting. And he basically says, you know, he says, the last year people have been asking, Sting, where you been? What's been going on? I gotta tell you. It's a really short promo, Justin. He says, Showtime returns next week. So Justin, Sting returns from his couple months he had off.
Ah.
Yeah. And we've got a singles match. We got Steven Regal versus Shane Helms, and in a good match, Shane Helms defeats Steven Regal in 14:48 with a vertebreaker.
I don't think there's been a match on the card tonight where the better in-ring performer won.
You know, that might be true.
No, it is. It's not might. And it's not even close. Oh, well, I guess
it's a big win from Shane Helms, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Meanwhile, we see here we have Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, and they've put together a slideshow PowerPoint of all the reasons why they are the world's greatest tag team and why Low D and Homicide are not. First and foremost, they talk about their diets. You know, they eat a very healthy, lean diet. You know, they don't eat any unnecessary sugars or fats. And then they show their next slide of Low D just like sitting in a Burger King parking lot eating a cheeseburger. And they go, see, this man is not a champion. And then they show like the workout regimen, you know, and it just shows Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas's workout routine, which is just intense. It actually takes 4 slides to show all of the workout routines they do. And they go, and here we have Low D's workout, and they flash another PowerPoint, and it's just blank. They go, the guy doesn't work out. He eats like crap. They go, and now let's look at Homicide. And then they go, here's Homicide's win-loss record since being on the main roster. And they look at it, and it's not good. I was supposed to look, but then our roommate asked us to do something, so I got distracted. So I didn't have time to actually look myself.
Look. He is 13-37.
Yeah, they go, what is this man fighting for the tag team championships? They go, and they just continue to like run down Homicide and Low D. And they go, and you know, but don't just take us for it. You see, we're better in every way, even statistically. And they go, and they basically hire a statistician, 2 statisticians, Justin, to run down even more advanced stats on why they're better than Low D and Homicide. But here's the thing, Justin, you'll never believe this. The statisticians were Low D and Homicide in disguise.
I would have never guessed.
And they took off their disguises and they turned around and started fighting Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas to the point to where Haas and Benjamin, the world's greatest tag team, they roll out of the ring and they retreat. And then our next segment, Raven versus Ken Shamrock in an about-the-head Superb Wrestling in Good Heat. Raven defeats Ken Shamrock with a pile driver.
Yeah, there you go. Again, keeping the streak so far. Shamrock better in ring than Raven. Loses.
After the match, Justin, Raven's grabbing a microphone.
What's he gonna say?
He says, you know, Rock, I know you're backstage and you're looking for an opponent. You're looking for someone to fight you at Fall Brawl. And let's make no mistake. All right, I'm not afraid of you. And I know I can beat you. Because guess what? I'm one of the greatest world champions this company has ever had. And I'm untouchable with a microphone in my hand. I'm untouchable in the ring. Rock, I'm better than you in every single way, but the only reason why you're a bigger star than me is because you spent your time in fighting with Titan Towers, and I had to crawl my way through ECW. He says, Rock, if you're looking for an opponent, if you're looking for someone to challenge, well, I'm going to beat you to the punch. Because you see, Rock, I need to show why I still am one of the greatest wrestlers in the world and why I am still the man in WCW. So, Rock, I'm challenging you to a match. at Fall Brawl. You versus me, Universal Championship. And The Rock comes out and he raises his eyebrow and he says, Raven, if you want to fight The Rock at Fall Brawl, well, then The Rock accepts your challenge. So, Justin, at Fall Brawl, we get Raven versus Rock.
Okay. I mean, Raven, former world champion. I don't remember the last time I've seen Raven in action besides what just happened, but
he was feuding with I basically after the Owen Hart Raven tag team split. I kind of just took him off TV for a bit.
Yeah,
and I think he just came back recently.
He beat Sasuke. He beat Jmack before. I mean, yeah, I don't hate it. He came out. He won the program against Owen, so I don't hate it.
Yeah, he's coming off of a 1.
Did you eat your microphone?
3. Sorry, he's coming off of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 match winning streak.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But yeah, so that's that promo. Raven challenges Rock. Rock accepts. We got Raven versus The Rock at the pay-per-view. In our main event, we got Suzuki versus Rey Mysterio. And in about the head sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, Rey Mysterio defeats Minoru Suzuki in a no disqualification match with a springboard hurricanrana, and color commentary and announcing was the story of this one.
Yeah, we got to figure that out real quick. What's going on here? Thunder.
They've got great chemistry together. They just don't have that much experience, I think, is what it is.
I don't see great chemistry at all. They don't have chemistry at all, Chad. Oh, they do. Never mind.
Yeah, they do.
Let me just mix them around. Maybe that'll do it.
Let's give it a whirl.
I don't know. And yeah, that was the match.
And then after that match, Justin, all it's just the members of the two factions having a big old brawl.
Yeah,
as one does.
I feel like there's more Limitless guys in this than Console.
In this particular angle, there is.
Unfair.
Actually, yeah, no, there is. Yeah, because Super Crazy and Bobby Roode.
Wow, the face is outnumbering the heels. That's the show.
87.
Oh man, another one for the good guys.
That main event really sucked.
Free Christian York.